네, 여러분 안녕하십니까?
Distinguished guests, welcome to the Marine Design session of the World Ocean Forum 2023.
The Marine Design Session of World Ocean Forum 2023. 본 세션의 주제는 해양 디자인, 조선 해양 산업과 안전 디자인입니다. The theme of this session is shipbuilding and marine industries and safety design. During the session, we provide simultaneous interpretation. The channel number 1 is Korean and 2 is English. Tune the receivers into those channels. 그럼 먼저 본 세션을
So we will now invite the Kang Pil-hyun from the Busan Design Research Institute.
네, 안녕하십니까.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Kang Pil-hyun, President of the Design Council of Busan. I would like to thank all the members and the staff of the Korea Association of Marine Industries for hosting this marine design session. My special thanks go to Dr. Park Ho-sang of the Korea Maritime Transportation Safety Authority, Dr. Lee Mak-soo of the Korea Institute of Ocean Science and Technology, Dr. Lee Byung-hoon of K Shipbuilding, and Dr. Min Jung-tak of the Korea Institute of Robotics and Technology Convergence. And I also want to thank our two distinguished panelists, Dr. Lee Woo-sang of the Research Institute of Medium and Small Shipbuilding, RIMS, and Mr. Shin Hong-woo of Creative Purse. And I also want to thank all of you for being here despite your busy schedules. The key theme of this design session is safety design. The marine environment provides beautiful and abundant resources, but it also presents significant risks and challenges. In this context, design plays a crucial role in ensuring safety in the marine environment. I hope through this session, we can be engaged in active discussion as to safety design in the maritime context, share ideas for international collaboration and innovative solutions. I hope that today's marine design session will be a starting point to promote active convergence between the marine and design industries. We have 4 presentations in this session. First one under the title of Safety Accidents in the Shipbuilding and Marine Industry, Diagnosis and Problem Solving, to be delivered by Dr. Park Ho-sang, to be followed by a presentation titled Development of Maritime Safety and Disaster Prevention Simulation Using Digital Twin Technology, to be delivered by Im Hak-soo, and a presentation titled The Safety Innovations Through the Design and Application of Cyber Resilience in Smart Ship and Development of Standard Manufacturing Technology for Marine Leisure Vessels and Safety Support Robots for Underwater Leisure Activities, to be delivered by Lee Byung-hoon and Min Jung-tak, respectively. I hope today's forum serves as an insightful occasion for all attendees. The staff of the Design Council Busan and I are fully committed to ensuring that today's forum goes beyond academic discussion and leads to tangible outcomes in the marine and design industries. Thank you. Please give me another round of applause. Thank you. Then I would like to invite the moderators of this session, Mr. Park Jae-hyun, who is a department manager of Design Council Busan and leading Strategic Business Development Department. Please welcome him with a big hand.
네.
Yes, so good afternoon. As introduced, I am Park Jae-hyun, department manager. Thank you very much for sharing your valuable time with us. I'd like to thank all the entrepreneurs and participants for taking part in this session. I sincerely hope that this session will be informative and useful to all of you. As mentioned by the speaker this year, we will be talking about the shipbuilding and marine industry and safety design in particular. We will be talking about how to establish a safety management system to ensure safe use of the marine environment, and thus requires the policy setting as well as the researches. in order for the public to enjoy the marine environment in a safe and enjoyable manner, I believe we really need innovation. In particular, we have to strengthen our efforts to prevent the marine accident. And for this, we have to have a user behavior analysis in order to promote error-proof, accident-proof design and concepts. And for this, we will first hear from the Mr. Park Ho-sang, Head of Department of the Maritime Safety of the Korea Maritime Transportation Safety Authority. And he'll be talking about the safety accidents in the shipbuilding and marine industry, diagnosis and problem solving. So we would like to invite him to the stage. Please welcome him with a big hand.
안녕하십니까?
Good afternoon. I am from Korea Maritime Transportation Safety Authority. I am a director of Department of Maritime Safety. I am very honored to speak before you as the first speaker of the session. So let me begin my presentation. Here you see the contents of my presentation. I will first begin my presentation by talking about the current status of the maritime accident, and then I will delve into the cause of such accident. Then I will be covering National Maritime Safety Master Plan as well as implementation strategy. For the past 5 years, here you see the accumulated figures of the maritime accidents from 2018 to 2022. So total 14,381 accidents occurred in Korea over the past 5 years, showing an annual increase of 2.2%. Since 2013, the marine accidents increased constantly, but then in 2020 there was a slight decrease, but then again there has been some modest increase since then. If you look at the number of registered vessels, you can see that the number of registered fishing vessels saw a decrease by 0.6% annually, while the number of registered leisure watercraft showed an increase of 14.4%. And here you can see the fatalities and casualties caused by the marine accident. And the total number of the fatalities and missing persons totaled 545, on average 109 per year. And total 1,934 people got injured because of the marine accident. Here you can see the maritime accidents by accident types. In Korea, we actually have a tribunal for the maritime accident, and by their judgment and without laws, we have classified the maritime accidents into several categories, including collision, capsizing, sinking, fire explosion, and safety accidents being as major maritime accident, and contact grounding, engine damage, floating matter, operation disruption. These are simple accidents, and you can see that the major accident it represents 4.8% and minor accident 9.4% increased. Rather, the major accidents decreased by 4.8% in 2022 compared to 2021, whereas minor accident increased by 9.4%. And also 2,168 ship vessels experienced the maritime accident. And vessels under 10 gigaton represented the 75%, showing a decrease of 1.7% from 2021. And non-fishing vessels ranging from 100 to under 1,000 GT made up 33%, showing an increase by 41.7% from a year before. As for the leisure watercraft, the vessels under 5 GT accounted for 86.2%, reflecting the increase of 9.2% from a previous year. Here you can see the maritime accidents by ship damage. So we classify ship damage into several categories: major, minor damage, and no damage. Major damage means that the ships can no longer be used, no longer be recovered because the accident is too severe and there is no economic feasibility for an effort to restore ships. And so that's the total loss. And over the past 5 years, if you look at the accident, most of the accidents are minor or no damages, representing 90.5% of all maritime accidents. And here you can see 150 cases judged by the Korea Maritime Safety Tribunal, and collision represented 42%, safety accident 20%, grounding 13.3%, contact 8%, fire explosion 6%, capsizing 4%, and marine pollution 2.7%. And you can see that the contact decreased by 23.4%. And also the safety accidents decreased substantially from a year before. Here you see the analysis of the maritime accident cause, and you can see that 76.7% of the accidents were caused by the operational faults, and among these, the poor vigilance and non-compliance with the onboard safety measures accounted for 39.3% and 8.4% respectively. And so for fishing vessel, the poor vigilance represent 48%, inadequate ship operation management 14.7%, non-compliance with the onboard safety measure 11.8%. For non-fishing vessels, poor vigilance 21.7%, inadequate shipbuilding 17.4%, violation of the navigation laws 10.9%, and non-compliance with the onboard safety measure 10.9%. And also for leisure watercrafts, the accidents are rare. So here you can see that most of the accidents are caused by the human errors. In order to prevent the maritime accidents and promote the public awareness, we are now providing various training programs for the relevant personnel, and we have taken measures to prevent maritime safety accidents. However, the number of maritime safety accidents is not on steep decline yet, but fortunately, thanks to all these safety measures that we have implemented, most of the maritime accidents that we experienced recently have no fatalities, no major fatalities, and also the injuries or fatalities are decreasing. Before touching upon National Maritime Safety Master Plan, I would like to give you some background of Korea's legal setting. So we have pursued the multifaceted efforts to reduce maritime accidents, and the fatalities from collision are constantly occurring, however. And leisure watercrafts and fishing vessels have been on the rise in terms of use. So the number of users and number of registered vessels are increasing constantly. And also for the offshore wind power and the marina development, most of the maritime accidents occur in the coastal areas. And also for safety management, because of the COVID crisis and also the Itaewon crisis, there has been increased interest in safety accidents, as well as the growing voice for the responsibility of the Korean government. And also with IMO regulation, and also for our responses to climate change, we try to promote environment-friendly ships, and this will require demand for human talent and for digitalization, smart, autonomous shipping, as well as the design and development of the international routes have been drawing a lot of attention. Here you can see the National Maritime Safety Master Plan. So based on Korean law, we have the basic plan, and that plan is established every 5 years. And every year, we also establish the implementation strategy to put this plan into practice. Our vision is to ensure safe and joyful seas for all Koreans. And our goal is to reduce the maritime accidents by 30% and reduce casualties by 30%. To achieve these goals, we have 5 implementation strategies and 21 implementation plans. So the first strategy is to establish an institutional framework for safer marine uses, and for this we have 5 sub-plans under it. And the second strategy is to pioneer new maritime business by promoting decarbonization and digitalization, and under this we have 4 sub-actions. And strategy 3 is to build a space-centric safety management system responding to changes in the maritime transportation, and under this we have 4 sub-plans. And the strategy 4 is to establish a life-centric maritime safety training courses and culture, and the 5th one is to solidify our position in the international maritime field, and for this we have 4 implementation actions. So let's delve into implementation strategies that are developed to put our vision into practice. So the first strategy is about establishing an institutional framework for safer marine environment, and for this we will start the investigation for the industrial safety in the oceans and fisheries sectors, supporting the establishment of healthy and safety system for fishing crews. And in order to respond to cybersecurity, various legislative measures and comprehensive measures have been devised to counter cyber threats and attacks, and also in order to strengthen the penalties against the non-compliance, we have strengthened the penalties. So the fishing permissions are revoked or suspended when fatalities or missing person incidents occur. The strategy 2 is to pioneer new maritime business by promoting decarbonization and digitalization. So for green ships, we will develop core technologies for low or zero carbon emissions, setting standards and enhancing institutional framework. For e-navigation, we plan to supply digital communication tools with the goal of equipping 22,000 vessels in 2023. And also for mass technology, so we develop the technology and we will build a demonstration center, and we promote the regulatory reforms by reducing the red types in obtaining licenses and approvals. And strategy 3 is to build a space-centric safety management system responding to changes in the maritime transportation. And for this, we have the sea areas management. So for this, and also the information advancement and vessel traffic services. We will develop the PNT technology, the next generation maritime technology, and establish a weather observation network to improve the accuracy of marine weather information. For vessel traffic service, we established an extensive VTS in the Jeju and East Sea region, expanding the VTS radar coverage and also developing a big data-driven forecasting system. The 4th strategy is about establishing a practical maritime safety training courses and culture. And to promote safety-centric management, we'll adopt the Maritime Safety Investment Scheme, which mandates the ship owners to manage and oversee their safety management system, replace all ships, and maintain and manage their ships. And we will try to provide more hands-on safety trainings rather than just a theoretical training, in order to make training more valuable and substantial to operators. So we'll reinforce our training courses, and also in order to disseminate the safety culture, we'll carry out various campaigns for life jacket wearing and free provision. And the 5th strategy is to solidify our position in the international maritime field. So in order to strengthen our reputation in the global maritime sector, we promote the 12th consecutive term as the IMO Council member, and we also hosted a ministerial conference with major shipping countries to address pressing global issues. For international standardization, we facilitate the participation in international organizations to pioneer international standardization. And last but not least is to enhance audit procedures. So we will establish and submit the plan to correct one observation identified during the IMSIS and responding to the transition from a periodic to a continuous process. So this will conclude my presentation. Thank you for your attention.
네,
Thank you, Dr. Park, for your informative presentation. Covering various types of safety accidents, diagnosis, as well as the problem solving.